Criminal justice, healing, education. Let's awaken the people. Hello, everyone. My name is Holly. I am the founder of Morning Mimosas. And here at Morning Mimosas, we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities. I'd like to welcome you guys back to our program today. Today, we will be speaking on the case of this beautiful soul here, which I will go ahead and show you guys again. Justice for Kurel Hayes. He was a young man who was 30 years old, who was gunned down in the summer of 2023, and his case is still unsolved at present day. Today, we will be speaking with a close family member of his, Mr. Terrence Hayes of the Petty Murphy Project, and we're going to talk to him and his colleague Jason about the beautiful soul that Kurel was and the justice that we are each seeking for him. So please, let's give these two gentlemen a welcome to Morning Mimosas. Thank you guys for being on here today.
How are you doing? Thank you for having us on here. This is the first interview outside of what I have done with the Petty Murphy Project and everything else too, speaking on my brother's death. And I appreciate you talking with you over the last couple of months and giving me information and giving me this platform to speak about my brother. It's been over 6 months, and it still, to this day, every day hurts. Every day has its emotions, and the reason why I'm here today is because I got a mother who's losing her mind, who has been heartbroken, who is dealing with this nightmare and still cannot get answers to what happened to my brother. I got a niece and nephew who are missing their father. I got my brothers and my sisters. We're missing our brother, and the entire family missing that piece. And it's in a city that I know very well. A city that helped me with my comedy career, with people that do love me and people that do hate me. But I'm here today to say that doesn't matter. It didn't matter when my brother lost his life, June 28th of last year, and it doesn't matter now. I'm glad to be on here, and I thank you for having me on here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you coming on here, and I appreciate the strength that you have to come on here and talk about this. I know that it's really, really difficult because this is your younger brother, but I just want to say thank you for having the strength to come on here and talk to us about this. Like I said, your brother deserves justice.
Absolutely.
You guys deserve to know the truth. What I will go ahead and say is just because I did say that I will allow you to do most of the speaking. I just have one question.
Yes.
Just from what I was reading, according to Cake News and other outlets, it said that your brother may have known the person who did this to him. How much do you, the family, know, and how much has the police kept in touch with you guys as far as this case goes?
From what I know, because I personally do not live in Wichita, Kansas anymore. I've been out of Wichita for almost 6 years. From what I'm understanding on there, the reports from Cake News could be true, could be false. We do not know who this person is. Maybe my brother knew them. We do not know. And the reason why we do not know is because Wichita may be the biggest city in Kansas, but everybody knows everyone. That's the point. So we do not know on that report as well. Um, as for the Wichita Police Department, little to none, little to none. And the person who's actually been in contact with my family more than the Wichita Police Department has been my good friend Jason Platter. And he's been talking to my mom since day one. When I got that phone call from my sister who lives in Las Vegas, 3:40 a.m., June 29th, and I just went to a Facebook post. I was asleep. I had Fox News watching me while I was asleep, and I just had to go use the bathroom. I so happened to pick up my phone, and I seen those posts, and I asked my sister what was wrong, and my sister told me, and I have not been the same since. And and one of the first people that contacted me was Mr. Platter, and I told Mr. Platter to do something for me until I got down there. A few days later, find out what happened, give my mom some answers. The Wichita Police Department have not talked to my mother since this has all happened. Maybe a couple conversations, and yet 6 months later, and I give my mom this strength because no, there was 9 of us. There's 8 of us left, and my mother has the strength to get up in the morning and basically do what she has to do. Make sure that my younger sister, who's 14, gets to school and everything else too. I give her that courage, that strength, because she knows that we're all hurting and we're all hurting with her. And she's a strong, but she's still hurting. And to the Wichita Police Department, I respect law enforcement to a certain extent, and we know why. But you cannot sit there and not give a parent and family no updates on the loss of a loved one. No matter how you want to classify the case, no matter if my brother was, yes, I'm not going to lie, my brother was a gang member. My brother did have to go do time in the county. But my brother contacted me when he got out. And I had conversations with my brother prior to his death. My brother was trying to change his life. My brother left behind 2 children, my niece and nephew. My nephew just celebrated his 11th birthday. My niece's birthday is February 19th. That's the day before my mom's. That's 10 days after his. My brother did not deserve this. Nobody's family deserves this. And for the people in Wichita, I know majority of you, y'all know something. But it may be because of your hate and distaste for me. And I don't care about none of that. Because majority of y'all have lost a loved one the same way I lost my brother. And I gave you my respect. I gave you my love and my prayers. And I've been through the trenches with you trying to change this culture. And yet y'all know something and you don't want to say anything. There have been people that have made jokes about it. And it's not cool at all. And I called them out on it. It's nothing to be played with. Death is nothing to be played with, and losing a loved one, it's nothing to play with, because you can be in the same position that I'm in right now. You can wake up one morning feeling happy, and then you can wake up the next feeling sad with tears in your eyes and your heart broken because you lost somebody that you seen grow up. And me being the older brother, I feel like I failed my baby brother. I could not be there to protect him. But before this happened, I gave him words of wisdom, and I told him, you want to change your life, you got to start with yourself. You got to basically be a man. And he was doing all of that. And to lose him It hurts. And not to get these answers, it hurts. And people want to make mockery of it, whether it's about him, whether it's about me. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm a human being. And this affects me. Nobody understands the mental aspects of how your mental health can fail you when you lose somebody like this in the way that it was done, especially in the city that always wants to cry for unity, but yet you have so much hate amongst y'all. And my brother fell victim to that. My brother fell victim to the sad statistic of the United States of America of gun violence and murders in 2023. Over 40,000 people lost their lives behind the hands of a gun. And I'm pretty sure 80% of those murders are unsolved. My brother is amongst those numbers. You don't wake up every single day and see your Facebook post and you see your brother, my brother Brandon, hurting. You see my cousin Lorenzo hurting. My sister Missy hurting. My mother, my mother, for about 2 weeks straight, and Mr. Platter can attest to this, I feel my mother's pain. I've seen my mother bury her mother. I've seen my mother witness her father take his last breath, which is my grandfather. I see my mom lose her older brother. But never in my wildest dreams would I have to sit there and watch my mother grieve after losing a child. That was one of the worst nightmares that came true for her, which came true for me. Losing a sibling, but she lost a child. And y'all know who my mother is down in Wichita. Y'all know who she is. Y'all know who my family is. You know, we don't bother nobody. We just do what we do. But to sit there and not give out answers, conspiracy theories the most, and not getting really to the true answers is why I'm here today. I want justice. I want answers. Y'all, I got questions. Give me my answer. Give my mom her answer. Give my brothers their answer. Give my sisters their answer. My aunts, my uncles, our family, our friends, the entire world, the city. We want answers. We demand justice.
As do we here at Morning Mimosas, and me, Holly, as an individual. We demand answers for him as well. I find it absolutely ridiculous that you guys have not gotten the information that you guys deserve to have. And I just want to thank Mr. Jason here for a second for being so good to the family and trying to help them. I know, right? This. I would like to hear from you as well if you'd like to speak on what you know about what's going on and what information you might be able to relay to our viewers, especially our viewers in Wichita, who or the people who used to live there in Wichita at the time, who may know something.
Yeah, I've known Petty since 2014. We've worked with the youth, worked with trying to change the culture. When I got the call from him and talked to him about it, it was life-changing. I mean, with his brother, I'd heard about the shooting right beforehand, then from him who it was, and it changed the world. I mean, first thing I could do is to be there for him, or he's in Kansas City, be there for his family. Over talking to his mom, talking to his sisters, trying to make sense of all of it. Talking with the police off and on since then, because I work with them on a lot of stuff with our youth, a lot of stuff with our community, trying to build a relationship, change it. I know it's an active investigation still. They have a couple of people of interest, but they can't say much till they find out from them to try to piece the stuff together. They have ideas and theories, but they don't want to say that until they find out the truth from the people, and they're still trying to locate them. It's a sad deal. I mean, Wichita last year solved just over 90% of their murders, and that this is one that falls through the cracks off of it. But by the same token, most of their murders are lucky, and the person that committed the murder is still on the scene. I mean, they've got everything from it. This is one where they didn't have the gun. They don't have the person right there, the person that turned themselves in. I mean, it's a harder one to solve, but they're working on it, and I share his feeling. And a couple of detectives I know share the same feelings. They want the answers too, because they have wives at home, they have kids, they have family, and they know what it'd be like to, it tears them apart not to be able to give the answers, because they would want them too if it's their fault. And just ask the people, if you know something, say something. Call me. This whole town knows me. I worked last weekend with a double homicide. The 14-year-old's mom, one of them that was involved in the murder, called us and wanted to turn her son in. So with the nonprofit I worked with, we orchestrated with the police that he could turn himself in safely, peacefully. I mean, we're a good go-between and a buffer to help people stay safe, to help people know. I mean, we're trying to change the community and make things right. It's just, we can do it. It's going to take one step at a time, and it's heartbreaking. We shouldn't have had Kurel's death. That should have easily been avoided. And we're trying to make it so we change the future. Petty's been instrumental about that. He's making it so his brother's death is not in vain. His brother's death said something to make sure that this does not happen again. This is a martyr, a reason that people don't get involved in the gangs, don't get involved with the drugs or anything, and that you can change your lives around. I mean, hopefully his death teaches other people to make a difference. And hopefully the people come forward with the information that we need to solve this, to give the family their peace. I mean, you have to let it rest and put it behind you, and you can't begin the healing process till you know the answers.
And it's been hard. And people are saying, oh, you need to get over it. You need to do it. No, you don't understand. You don't really understand. When I got that call, I was in the midst of finishing my own biography movie. Nobody understood that. And people are telling me to cancel the show, don't film it, go be there for your family. I did it because my brother wanted me to. And I had talked to my brother 3 weeks prior to his death. And he asked me if I can give him $15. I didn't have it at the time. I didn't eventually end up giving it, and I wish I would have given it to him. I knew where it was for. I wish I would have given it to him for him to get a tire. I wish I would have given that to him because he was going to work. I do know for a fact, from what I'm understanding, there was a video that went viral at a weed stop. My brother was kicking 2 people out, father and son. And they tried to attack my brother. And my brother handled his business, and he stood on business, and he beat both of them up, and the 2 guys left. That could play a part into that. Hopefully it's not. But the thing is that we got to change this culture. And it starts down there. Like Mr. Platter said, we've been trying to man up, guns down, because I'm so sick and tired of seeing all this gun violence. I'm so sick and tired of people as young as 14 years old having guns and killing people one left and right. I'm so sick of people cannot basically solve issues without having to pull out a weapon. Like John Witherspoon said to Ice Cube in Friday, this is all the protection you need. You win some, but you lose some. But you live, and you live to fight another day. The culture has to literally change. I'm coming down there next weekend for the Rock and Ball Celebrity Charity Basketball game. Shooting for wellness is because the mental health of everything that goes on in this country, whether it's through gun violence, whether it's through, working a 9 to 5, whether it's life itself, mental health is essential. And you have to have the mental capacity to want to basically pick up a gun and take the lives of your others and yours. And what I mean by yours is that when you pull that trigger and you impact somebody's life and you impact the way they live their life, or you take their life completely to where they don't have no more life, you end up ending yours. You ruin yours. And it just so happened, and unfortunate, that my brother's life was cut short. He was only 30. He was only 30. And people, when you're in these games, and I'm speaking to the youth, when you are in these games and they say there's no way out, yes, there is a way out. There's people like Mr. Platter. There's people like Miss Holly. There's people like me that can show you the way out. You can get out of that environment the same way you got in. And that's what my brother was doing. My brother would talk to me and he was like, man, I'm proud of what you're doing. I got to get out of this mentality, man. I got to get out of this. I got to get out of it. And I just gave him that big brotherly advice. Take one day at a time, but do your due diligence. Go to work. Go home. See the family. Take care of your kids. And he was doing that. But whoever took my brother's life and robbed him of that opportunity of redemption, oh my, I pray for you. I can't forgive you, but I pray for you. And I pray that you or whoever you're around tells you to go turn yourself in. Yes. Because every single day, every single minute, every single hour, your life on walking around free, it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. The walls are closing in.
Sure.
And I'm speaking to you on this too. And I'm speaking. It's because I am known worldwide. I am known in that city. I am known in that state. People know who I am. I will push the narrative. I will find who did this. I will get my answers. But this is what you can do for yourself. Help me help you. Turn yourself in. And a lot of y'all won't turn yourselves in. It's because you want to be labeled a snitch and it will ruin your street cred. You know what? Ain't no street cred for killing nobody. Ain't no street cred for killing kids. Ain't no street cred for taking someone from somebody's family. Ain't no rewards for that. The only rewards that you get is 23-hour lockdown, 3 hots and a cot. And if you do get out, guess what? You on papers. So guess what? The only reward that comes out of it is that you may have to pay the state restitution. It's because you decided you wanted to pick up a gun. You decided you wanted to take a life, and you didn't think about yours at the end. So guess what? You may think you're winning, but in the end, you lose.
That is for sure. Whomever committed this crime, I hope you know you did not win. Kurel did. Unfortunately, he lost his life, but he's the winner in this because we're going to get justice for him. I'm going to go ahead and just speak on a little bit of the details. This did take place on June 28th, 2023. Please, I want to make sure this information is correct. The 500 block of North Gordon, which is St. Louis and Gordon. I will go ahead and show it here. This is the location of where it took place. And then here is the day of. This is the. I think this is near the crime scene.
Yeah, that is near the crime scene. I actually went there the day before his funeral, and it's not too far from where my mother lives. That scene, when I saw that scene, it just brought chills. Every time I see those pictures, it brings up chills. It's like, man, it really does, and it really hurts me. And yes, that is that location. Everything is correct on there. I just want people to notice that, I can never look at Wichita the same anymore. I didn't look at it the same when I left. Now it really hits personal. And everything that you said, Holly, is correct. That is the location. That is where it happened. And somebody knows something.
Yes.
Somebody knows something. Whether it's somebody in that city knows something. That means if you know something, you need to say something. Y'all know who I am. Just don't need to be afraid. I'm not going to pass judgment on anybody. I'm in the forgiveness state of my life. But I can't forgive until you turn yourself in.
Yep.
And you get that justice. I cannot heal until you get that justice, until we get justice. My mother can't heal. And she probably never will. It's because you lose a child. Don't look at me. I'm not doing this for me. So I want everybody that's watching in Wichita that has the complexity of an idiot or the IQ of a raisin. I ain't doing this for me. I'm doing this for my mother. I'm doing this for my nephew Jalen. I'm doing this for my niece Zoe. I'm doing this for my sister Missy. I'm doing this for my sister Tracy, my brother Tracy. I'm doing this for my brother Brandon. I'm doing this for my brother Trayon. I'm doing this for my brother Lamont. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for the rest of my family and his friends. And I'm doing this for that city as well. It's because y'all got too much going on in that city. And y'all got too much going on in that city when it comes to that gunplay. And I told everybody, it takes a village. You can't change the culture unless we change ourselves. You can't sit there and scream unity unless we change ourselves. You can't sit there and scream when the police basically kills another black man. You can't say anything about that because, yes, we want justice for that too, but we are killing each other as well.
That's true.
It's time we got to man up and put them guns down. Seriously. I've been talking to event promoters because the same thing that happened with my brother, the same weekend, you bring rapper Mozzie, who's a documented gang member, to the city, and what happens? People got injured, people got shot, and y'all don't seem to understand it. It's because y'all think it's about the bag. But yeah,
Money.
you think about the money. It ain't about the money. It's about these people, innocent people that minded their own business that were put in body bags. Too many funerals, not enough celebrations.
Yes.
February 9th, that's next Friday. This is upcoming Friday. Kurel would be 31 years old, having fun, laughing and joking and everything else too, with his children, with my mom, with my brothers, with my sisters. Now we got to go down there that weekend and have a family celebration, celebrating his life without him there. We have to feel that hurt all over again. I haven't been in Wichita since July the 9th. That's the day after I buried my brother. And I spoke to those who were in there. And I know the majority were gang members. And I spoke to them. Put the damn guns down. And majority of y'all know who did it. Like I said, come forward. You ain't got to go to the Wichita Police Department. Mr. Platter and Dorothy's Lane can facilitate that without any safety or harm to you. But to the Wichita Police Department, I'm going to say this to you, and I'm being respectful, and I'm going to be transparent, and I'm going to be honest. So do not take this the wrong way, because I'm going to need you at the Wichita Sports Forum next Saturday for the Rock and Bus Liberty Charity basketball game. But I want you to hear me out. If my brother were white, this case would have been solved immediately. Where's your lack of resources? I watched Captain Joe Sullivan's video while I was on leave from work late last summer. I watched it, and the excuse was that we have lack of resources. We don't have enough officers on the beat. Bullshit. Bullshit. Because my brother is a documented gang member and is an African American, it has fell down to the cracks. But I don't give a damn about none of that. You don't want us raising hell down in City Hall. Yet alone, we got so many things going on in this country and in that city. I live here in Kansas City. Same shit, different day. That's bullshit. That's an excuse. You need to find out who did this. Step your efforts up. I don't give a damn. It's because if it was one of my family members and we took the law in our own hands, you'd be ready to lock us up.
That's true.
And I'm just going to be 100% fucking honest with you. It'd be justified. It'd be justified. But the thing is, I don't want no more violence. I don't want no more bloodshed. And I'm just not talking to Wichita. I'm not talking to Kansas City. I'm talking about people in Chicago. I'm talking to people down in Texas. I'm talking to people down in California. I'm talking to people in Florida. I'm talking to people across the United States of America. We've had enough bloodshed. This country has shedded a lot of blood since the inception of the United States of America. How many more young brothers and sisters have to lose their life? And how many of y'all going to stay silent? It's time for y'all to speak up. This is why we came up with Man Up, Guns Down. This is the second family member that I lost to gun violence in the past 20 plus years. I lost a cousin back in 2008. That hurt. And lucky for me, my cousins came to my rescue the same way I came to them. And they gave me that solace. So for everybody that gave me the thoughts and prayers and solace then and now, I thank you. But I need y'all to come together on this. I need all of y'all because it does take a village. Somebody knows something. And we want answers. We're tired of crying. We're going to cry. But we're tired of doing it every day. We are so tired of feeling like there's never going to be no answers. I'm tired of seeing my mother's posts because I know my mother's hurt. I hurt for her. My mother wishes I was still down there, but she knows why I'm not down there. There's a reason why. I've seen too much, and I know that city hand in hand. It ain't about entertainment with me. Mr. Planner's heard me say this many times. I don't give a fuck about the entertainment. That's nothing. I give it all up just to have my brother back. I would give it all up just to have my brother back. This ain't no Illuminati shit, no the Kanye whatsoever going out the rails. No, I would give up what I do now with the Petty Murphy Project, with Unapologetically Disruptive, my comedy career. I would give it all back just to have my brother back because it doesn't mean anything to me. Family over entertainment does. And we want justice. I want justice for my brother. Mr. Platter wants justice. Polly, you want justice, and you want justice for many people that you're working with. And we thank you because we do need more people like you. We need more people like you to basically how do I put this? Put a fire up the asses. We need that. And we know this, that there was another female that my brother was involved with. Her name is Rachel. Rachel's been acting weird. Rachel knows something. Y'all need to holler at her. Because Rachel contacted my mother and wanted to come to the funeral and didn't show. But then you go on social media talking about the family being weird and stuff too, but you contacted us and wanted to be at the funeral. You know something, Rachel. You know something. And the Wichita Police Department know that too. Y'all need to go bring her in and bring her in now.
Guys, it's been heavy today. I truly thank you both for coming on here and speaking on Kurel and the man that he was and the man that he should be had someone not did that evil act last summer.
Yes.
I will go ahead and speak as well. I don't know these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, but I have my passion. I lost a child as well. Um, so I feel for your mother as far as losing a child. So I just want to hug her. I just want to hug her and wrap her around and let her know that I will do my part to make sure that you guys get the truth. And I know that Mr. Platter will do the same thing to make sure that you guys get the truth that you guys deserve. Because I just think it's unreal that cases will go and just get colder and colder like that, and that doesn't do anything for the families other than just keep them wondering. I don't understand the lack of putting forth more effort into these investigations so we can get clear answers on what happened. I mean, I don't know how busy that intersection is, St. Louis and Gordon. I don't know how busy it is or how much traffic it gets, but somebody saw something. Somebody saw something. People need to say something. Just like he just said earlier, that culture of the not snitching thing. When is that gonna stop? Oh, when it happens to you, right? No. I need people to start coming forward. Stop holding on to these secrets that are hurting families. Stop keeping stuff to yourself. I tell people all the time, you can call your local police department anonymously if you're scared. Call them anonymously if you're scared. Give them information that will help them get the justice that they need and Kurel get the justice that he deserves. Because he was taken unfairly. So the person needs to be put in prison fairly or unfairly at this point.
And at this
Because here,
point, yeah, and like you said, unfairly, and you are absolutely right. What did my brother do for him to lose his life? What did he do for him to lose his life? That's what we want to know. Why does somebody have to lose their life over something so petty, so small? And you're 100% right. There's no snitching culture. Oh my God. That no snitching culture, get rid of that. Because you know what they say, if you're scared, go to church. And that's what this is about. If you're scared, go to church. But if you know something, if you are aiding, by the way, I just want to say this, if you're aiding and abetting my brother's killer, you do know that you go to jail too.
absolutely.
So what is it? What is it? If you're aiding and abetting the killer, you know you go to jail too. You might not do as much as time as they will, but you're going to go to jail. And I'm just going ahead and say it. Basically, what I'm saying to the city of Wichita, help me get justice for my brother. My brother is in his casket, in his coffin, but his peace, he ain't got no peace. He ain't getting no rest. So there's no way of saying rest in peace. It's rest in love, but there's no peace with it. And we don't have that peace neither innerly. We have a big hole in each of our hearts that needs to be filled. And it needs to be filled with answers and a conviction. And that's what we're asking you. Mr. Platter, you have anything you want to add on to that?
Please.
I just want to say, when you know something about this or any of the other crimes that's gone on, it weighs on your conscience. It weighs on your heart. It's a burden. Each day you carry it on. I know for myself from things in the past, it gets heavier and heavier. You carry that on. If you don't feel comfortable talking to the police about it, you don't feel comfortable calling, there are lines you can call, be anonymous. Give me a call, give Dorothy Slane a call. We'll orchestrate it for you. Your name won't be told. Petty won't know who I talked to. He's a good friend, but he will not say. I will not break that confidentiality. Anything that is said, you can help get this solved. It helps you to feel better too. Gets that burden off of your chest so that you can live free also. Please let us know. We'll get it to the right people. We'll get it all taken care of. I mean, we're here to help people help each other. I mean, I'm sorry, this may sound cruel, especially on you, Petty, but if you're the person that shot and killed Kurel, I will still help you the best I can to get the best that you can get. I mean, yes, we need justice to be served, but it's not just Jody Deer Wolves. We're still here to help each other. I will still help make sure that you get to the police. I mean, right now you'd be considered armed and dangerous now. Police find out who you are. They're going to come there with guns drawn, surround the house. You got a wife, kids, girlfriend, brother, sister, mom, whatever. They're all inside that house. Those guns are pulled on them too. I don't want that. I'd rather orchestrate something where you're peacefully turned over to them. No conflict, no harm. Let's get the ball rolling. We'll start talking to people we need to talk to, get everything in the past. I mean, nothing you do is still a chapter in your life. You can still go through and live life on it. It's better to face it and live with stuff than it is to run from it and have it chasing you your whole day. Because not only are you just running from it and it's chasing you the law, it's chasing your heart. It's killing you inside each and every day. I mean, there's no way you can do something like that and then not feel it from it. And there is the forgiveness of it from the Lord. There still is consequences you have to pay on earth, but we will gladly work with you through that to get to the police, get to whoever else, to put everybody, give the family the peace that they deserve. Give the friends the peace. Give yourself the peace you deserve. I mean, we're here. I'm here to help you no matter what. Petty knows this as well as anybody. I'm here to help every single person in this community, whether they're on the right side of the law, the wrong side of the law, they're an elderly person, a child. I'm here for everybody to make them better. And just take me up on it. It's free, confidential. I've got no horse in the show. I just want everybody to be justice be served and peace for everybody, and for this community to be better. And just set the example for it. Help us solve this.
Definitely. And the reason why we're asking y'all to do it is I'm paying tribute to my brother next Saturday. I have jerseys with his name patch. His initials will be on the name patch. Because that hurts still. That still hurts me. And I didn't want to do this game in Wichita. It's people like Mr. Platter that have to convince me to bring this game to Wichita. Is to change that culture, that narrative. But also to give, me giving, paying tribute to my brother. And I wish my brother was going to be at that game physically. But somebody took him. And for 6 months, who's ever been around this person that did it, you're hanging out with a killer. You are hanging out with a killer. But you are afraid to lose whatever ranking, whatever spot, whatever you are in. It ain't worth it. As I stated, if you're aiding and abetting a killer, in this case, or in any other case, you're going to jail. You're going to be charged. So, and it could be the police that finds you. But Mr. Platter here in Dorothy's Lane will help you. Pretty much with the backing of Mr. Platter and Dorothy's Lane and others, you might get immunity. You might, but you're going to have to do some time in jail. You'll have to pay some type of restitution. But the thing is, and I'm going to say this, my mother would gladly appreciate if she got justice for my brother. This is who I'm doing this for. This is who really needs this. It's her. My mother won't leave Wichita and move back home to Kansas City until she gets justice for my brother. And you're damn right. I'm going to make sure she gets it. I'm going to move my mother up here so she can be around her family. I'm going to. But I understand where she's coming from, saying, I'm not leaving until I get justice for my child. And she deserves that. So for anybody that knows me and my family, that includes my stepdad's family as well, if you know us, please give us some answers. Give us something to go off on. Don't give us on no wild goose chase or no bullshit. Give us some truth. Be transparent. Be honest. If you know something, give us the information so we can basically make sure it gets into the right hands so that my brother does get the justice that he deserves. And the person that did this is behind bars and is not able to do this to anybody else. That's the problem, what people don't seem to understand. Y'all want to talk about putting the guns down and the city's tripping and everything else too? This is how you do things. You stand up and you say something. You stand up and you try to change this culture. But if you're going to continue on adding on to the bullshit that we're all trying to clean up, it's because we've seen how fucked up this country is, and it's been this way since COVID-19, on how people have become more selfish, and more, how can I say this, more vindictive. And it all played out January 6, 2021. We all seen that. We already know, we know what happened. You know something. Say something. Especially in that city where everybody knows everybody. Everybody's been every single gang member except the right gang. Everybody's been every single gang member, so every gang member knows each other. They all grew up with one another. They played pee-wee football or pee-wee basketball together, went to the same church groups. Parents knowing each other since birth and all this other stuff too. You know something. So say something. I want justice for my brother. I want justice for any other family member that has lost a loved one to gun violence in the senseless way that my brother lost his life. But most importantly, my family wants closure. We need to heal. And we need to heal together. And we need your help to be that final piece in getting justice for my brother so we can start the healing process. It starts with you. It starts with you as much as it starts with me. So please, if you know something, you can anonymously hit me up on Facebook at the Petty Murphy Project. You can contact me at the Petty Murphy Project at gmail.com anonymously. I will talk with you. But if you know something, and if you played a part in this and you have a guilty conscience about it, come talk to somebody. Talk to me. I'm not going to pass judgment on you, but I'm going to have to get that information up so that way you can get that conscience and you can be in somewhat in the clear. You're going to, like I said, if you know something about it, you were there and you know something about it, you're most likely going to get charged with something. But the person that pulled that trigger and killed my brother is going to basically do more. And because everybody makes mistakes, we all make mistakes, we're all not perfect. But you whoever had a part in this, when you played your part in the role in the death of my brother, whether it was small or big, your mistake is going to lead to your consequences. You're going to have to face that judgment. God forgives. In some cases, if it's somebody that hates me and I know that had something to do with this, I'm just going to say this. God forgives. I don't. But if it's somebody I don't know and they made a mistake, they wish they could take it back, come talk to me. Come talk to Mr. Platter. Let's see what we can do. But the thing is, you're going to have to get off them streets. You're going to have to put that gun down. You're going to have to put that mentality down. Because them gang member buddies of yours, they ain't come to visit you in prison. They ain't going to put no money on your books. They ain't going to make sure your family's straight. They going to move on and act like you don't even exist. That's the problem. The mentality of the culture. And when it comes to the city of Wichita and the police department, quit choosing politics over people, because you were sworn in to protect and serve. You took an oath. You took an oath to protect the people. So protect the people. Do your job. The majority of y'all do your jobs. Congratulations. The rest of y'all, do your job. Especially when you got a mother who's contacting you, and you've given her little to no answers and given her no hope. Do your fucking job. So let's find out who did this to my brother. I will be there next Saturday. You want to talk? We can talk. Detectives, you want to talk? Captain Joe Sullivan, you want to talk? I'm more than happy to have a transparent conversation with you. I want to hear what you have to say, but I want you to hear what I have to say too. And hopefully you don't say something I don't like, because Mr. Platter will tell you, Miss Sissy, you see me on my Facebook, I get real petty. And I don't care what comes out of my mouth. I might hurt your feelings, but I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to be transparent about it, and I unapologetically do not care. But we got to come together on the common goal and find out who did this to my brother and bring this person to justice.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on that note. But before I do, we're going to reiterate. This took place on June 28th, 2023 in Wichita, Kansas. Mr. Kurel Hayes lost his life on the 500 block of North Gordon, which is St. Louis and Gordon. The police have not arrested anyone in this case yet, but according to Mr. Platter, there are some persons of interest. So if you guys know something, please, just like Mr. Platter said, it's like, I'm sorry, I call him Terrence because, we were talking about his brother, so I want to be a little bit more professional. You can reach out to Mr. Hayes as well. Give them the answers that they need. This is the reason why we are here. It's justice for him. This is why we are here today. Justice for this young man, for this beautiful soul who was just living his life on that day. And somebody decided to take it from him. So I'm here to reach out to you guys today and say, please, either you contact the Wichita police or get in touch with these two gentlemen. Or you guys can get in touch with me. I'm becoming a detective. So I won't be able to relay any information because I'm also in touch with the detective in the Wichita department. So please, please, please. And you can do it anonymously. I'm going to keep reiterating. And you guys can be anonymous. Thank you, Mr. Hayes. And thank you, Mr. Platter, for joining me on Morning Mimosas today. I'm praying for the justice that you guys deserve. And we're going to get justice.
Thank you. Thank you for having this on here.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. And as you guys know, this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love everyone. Until next time.